Doug, it's so good to have you here. When we thought about doing this segment, we thought, why not get somebody who is in a college setting, in a university setting, who's a member of the faculty, but also has the ability to give us context. I think historical context is so important. So let's start with this first question. Protests, and especially student activism-led protests, that's nothing new on a college campus. So why does it feel different, though? Why does the intensity of what we're seeing happening right now feel so different?
Well, kind of college protest has been part of American tradition. I mean,
Sure.
when we really go back to Henry David Thoreau, most known for writing Walden, but he wrote the great essay on civil disobedience where he got arrested, spent a night in jail because he wouldn't pay taxes to the Mexican-American War, calling it a war of aggression. And Thoreau was one of the darlings of Ralph Waldo Emerson and Concord scene, and he was the big Harvard graduate and all. It was a protest. Martin Luther King's whole movement, he claims that Thoreau's essays what got him into civil disobedience. Mahatma Gandhi read Thoreau's Civil Disobedience. The point being, we talk about foundational documents, Constitution, Declaration of Independence and the like, Emancipation Proclamation, but Thoreau's Civil Disobedience is part of an American tradition of dissent. But when do you do it and how do you do it matters, because you can get stigmatized. Thoreau had somebody bail him out of jail. Do you have somebody who can get you out of jail? Will being arrested on Columbia stop you from getting employed in the future?
Because maybe you have an arrest record.
Yeah.
Right?
What are the consequences of it? Is this your time to be calling to divest? But what really concerns me is the wave of anti-Semitism that has hit our country. I never thought I would see it in this kind of way. It's seeming to be about slurs and language against Jewish American students and students from Israel. It's unacceptable. And I'm all for free speech, but you can't use the N-word against somebody. You can't use anti-Semitic slurs on a campus. So free speech has its limits. I wouldn't have said that at Berkeley in Mario Savio, days of free speech movement, but you really realize that you got to stay away from that or you're going to get in huge trouble. I recommend no student use any slur.
So let's talk about what I think looks like a disproportionate response, though. So it's coming in two different ways. One is the militarized police response we're seeing. We see a on-campus response from their security and their version of law enforcement. But then you actually see law enforcement coming in, riot gear, to be able to deal with protesters. Doesn't that seem to be, like I said, disproportionate? The exercising of these First Amendment free speech rights and the response being incredibly violent in terms of how they're dealing with that.
I agree. I mean, it's horrific the way Governor Abbott of Texas is peacocking about sending in guys with armed like they're going to war to do some arrest at University of Texas campus. But Abbott gets points for it from the MAGA people, from the Trump crowd. It's like in the 60s. They're beating up on the hippies. John Lewis, the great, civil rights leader, used to always have children touch his head, and you touch it, and there's a big dent in the middle, and you could rub it because he'd been beaten so many times. So when I see campuses militarizing a campus, it's wrong. And it only creates an escalation of the problem, because this is like an Arab Spring in reverse going on here. I mean, these students at Columbia, when they're being arrested, are telling what kids at Yale or Brown what's going on. And now they're all networking together. I mean, the communication world has changed since 1968. Kent State, 1970, if you heard one of the four, somebody was shot and you had a kid at Kent State, you basically had to drive to get to see if your kid was all right. Today, we're getting instant information in new ways. But everybody has to act responsible. You're allowed to protest. You're allowed to dissent. No swearing or anti-Semitic remarks are allowed. And the presidents have to show some spine. In the degree of, it's a very big deal to cancel a commencement on people.
Yeah, because a lot of these kids, I call them the COVID kids. So we heard that in Maya Eglin's piece. Some of these kids didn't have high school graduations. A young man there said he didn't actually have a college graduation because of the pandemic, because of COVID. I mean, this changes their psyches, right? This idea of them having a traditional experience in a college setting or a university setting gets completely changed by this because of, again, the response that is coming. But a lot of these places are private institutions of learning, though. And so they can legally create the rules of how they want to be able to do things.
Absolutely. And then, Woodrow Wilson famously said, in politics, extreme caution is a sign of selfishness. You're having presidents of universities, like University of Southern California, saying, uh-oh, it's easier for me to cancel than to handle the headaches that are going to come. If I go forward with the valedictorian who says something positive about Gaza or the situation, meaning anti-Israel in any way, then I'll lose donors. I'll be driven out of my profession. I worked so hard to be a president. They just have to think in new security terms. A school like USC has massive football programs, massive sports, have police, but normal police, have people there do crowd control. They're going to be doing an Olympics in downtown LA soon. Use it as a dress rehearsal. Same with Chicago coming with the Democratic Convention. We don't want to repeat of 1968, where Mayor Daley's police just beat, tear-gassed everybody, journalists, anybody, willy-nilly fashion. They helped create a chaotic situation, and some of the protesters were misbehaving. We got to avoid that, and we can, but you have to have some courage right now and say onward. We're going onward with commencements. We're going to get control of our campuses and take a chill pill. This too will work through. 68 was worse. We had a lot more people being killed and things burned and riots going on and assassinations. Our campuses are troubled right now, but we've seen trouble before, and we'll get through this.